The same thing they do with language, they do with the Bible. It's been translated. They argue about grammar and so on and so forth, and the meanings of words and so on and so forth. The ideas are what matters. What we see is the holy water from the thirsty children of God in the desert argument. It goes like this. Basically, God chooses a group of people that are the most righteous, and they have holy water to drink. Okay, in this case, to drink. Another group of people leverages their corporate, government, and social network and takes that water and cleans themselves and makes them very clean and presentable. Cites that this other group of people is sickly and dirty and says that they are angelic, adorable, cool, and cute. Therefore, God must have chosen, and they are the true direction. What is going on today is just as obvious as that. Not only are they not going to heaven, but they are definitively rejected, blocked, and hopelessly lost. The next proof is the all-good, all-knowing, and all-powerful proof. This is proof. If you are not intelligent enough to do the right thing, to serve the Creator, by default, you are an animal, you are lost. If you insist that you are hopelessly lost, going back to the first argument, the holy water. Okay. Holy water from thirsty children of God argument. So either you are smart enough to understand and you don't do the right thing, or you're not smart enough and you're lost. Either way, you're like an animal. You know, it's variations of animals. Some animals are smarter than the others. Some animals understand more than the others. It means nothing. The pinnacle of natural ability, proof, is connected to the all-good, all-knowing, all-powerful. Why? Because we need to look at those people who have the highest sense and reason, who say, this is the most logical and reasonable, right? Reasonable in terms of, not in terms of, oh, we're not going to get hurt. You have to be willing to die. Hell, we all die. That means nothing. This kind of keep you safe argument, that's a bitch's argument. That's a coward's argument. I reject it more than perhaps anything else. Keep you safe? It's just pathetic. Anyway, so the pinnacle of human ability to see how to serve God, if you do not default with the highest known reason of how to serve God, you are not serving Him. I mean, we hire people who do good jobs and we fire them if they don't. It is very similar with how God thinks, and it's very apparent as why that is. You know, and that leads me to the next argument, the stolen daughters of warriors effect. Attractive women, quite often, perhaps even more often than not, are the descendants of warriors that the colonists, who were basically pirates that used religions and psychology to smooth things over as they extract the most attractive women who are also ignorant. Okay, these are the dumb daughters of warriors. Not all of them are the top martial artists, but they are the ruling class, which is the warrior class. Any society that isn't structured that way is unnatural garbage. There's no, they don't even bring them up. It's insulting to even bring up such beta patheticness. Anyway, the stolen daughters of warriors effect. Warriors who fight to the death to secure the village. Yes, if they're in the true spirit of morality, they should be in charge. If they enforce the corporate state, they should be relegated beneath dogs. Basically, those men who have wifed and mated with and had sex with these women, with their psychology-based ill-gotten gains, with their lies, with their coercion, with their subtle threats, you better have sex with us or you're going to be financially unstable, we'll return you to the gutter that we found you from, etc., etc. They are despised, utterly despised by the Lord. The Creator hates these men. He hates them. I would have great difficulty transforming them. He hates those thieves, those ill-gotten gains, mentally ill sickos. And I'm not talking about the corporate bitch scale. Nobody has a right to say anyone is mentally ill other than those in the divine order. And no psychiatrists have ever been in the divine order, ever. Neither have psychologists. They deal in illusion and lies and corporate norms. They are cowards. They are pathetic. I despise them. The Lord despises them infinitely more. That's why they have openly sided with Satanists and other cowards. The stolen daughters of warriors effect. If it does not make you want to kill your oppressor, you are sick. If you don't understand why it is correct not to kill, if you do not understand why it is correct to kill your oppressor, you are sick. God wants nothing to do with you. This is not some Martin Luther King bitch shit. This is the true Spirit of the Lord which marshals things. The stolen daughters of warriors effect. If you are helping a society by reinforcing the norms that allow women to date these yuppie cowards, these criminal dogs that they have elevated over other people, like house niggas or something, then yes, you may as well be holding down the Virgin fucking Mary herself, so to speak. And I'm not a Christian, I'm just going to use that as an example because it's a powerful example. We'll call it holding down the Virgin Mary effect. So what? You're not raping her. You've convinced her to go in the room and you're holding the bitch down. My goodness. I don't want to hear the opposition view on this. You are not Pharaoh. You are not me. I can do anything I want and still go to heaven. You can't. Why is that, you stupid fuck? Because why would I do the wrong thing when naturally I can have anything I want? It would be role-playing at best. Oh, I'm raping a woman. She's supposed to automatically submit to me. I couldn't rape a woman if I spent the rest of my life figuring out how. Because she's supposed to submit to me and my judgment. And my judgment, based on my sense and my nature, is going to be righteous. That's where I derive my pride. That's who I am. You are not me. You will suffer for the stolen daughters of warriors effect. I am sure of that. Senses, because now, and I'm not talking about in this world, you sniveling, cling to this shit-filled, scarab beetle rolling the dung type bitches. You're pussies. Senses. Because this being will go to the Creator in honor effect. Again, you people are not me. You cannot restore the divine order. You cannot use psychology and ill-gotten gains and technology and drugs and performance-enhancing drugs like the Russian, athletes and so on. And they are trying to catch the Americans who are obviously do the same thing, and they failed. It blew up in their face, and they got put all over the news. Oh, yeah, it's only the Russians that do it. Oh, shut the fuck up. It is Western culture, kind of Nazi fucking methamphetamine kind of bitch culture to use performance-enhancing drugs and to downplay the obvious truth of the natural hero emerges uncontrolled. He emerges with truth and martial arts and a martial art challenge in nature and not psychology. And yes, if the core says it, regardless of what anyone else says, that is how it is. In the true spirit of the Lord, I have said that the sun gate closes. For regardless of what state of mind I'm in, even if I'm completely drugged and I'm babbling what seems to be nonsense, I have said the sun gate ends after me if society does not submit to me in a way that allows for me to plant my seed in a way that I know that it will be safe and given its rightful place. They have not done that. No matter what anyone says or does, everyone is damned to being a dishonorable existence after I'm gone. This has everything to do with the Ra Cub, C-O-B, ladder. I am not to be seen as a human. I am the way to heaven. Humans can be seen as animals at this point. Okay, they're all animals. I am above that. I am the way to go to heaven. Nobody is above me. Nobody could ever be above me in this country. In the history of this nation, nobody could ever be above me. Nobody will ever be above me. I am the way to go to heaven in honor. I am the peak of the martial arts structure. Pure African, pure masculine, sun, temple, spirit structure. Oh, I'm half white. I wish some house nigga with a thong, some overseer bitch would make that argument when I was in my martial arts peak to my face. They would be dead. Shut the fuck up with that house nigga, overseer, fucking scared pussy in the field at best bitch shit. You punk ass motherfuckers. Anyway, so when we look at the adorable, cute, and cool, there are many snakes. I can't say this enough. That are cute, adorable. I don't care if your kid is the cutest kid that ever was. I don't care if he's cool and adorable. I don't care if he has a cool hairstyle. If he's a fucking genius as a kid, he can do fucking calculus and when he's 2 years old. I do not give a shit about that. Neither does the Creator. We're talking about being spiritually right with the Creator. Not a cute contest, not an adorable contest, not a cool fucking who drank the most Kool-Aid to aid their cool while being a conformist bitch. That's bitch shit. I go as far as to say I would grab them by the ankles and bash the back of their head against the wall to prove my fucking point because it needs to be proven. No, I'm not a threat to anyone. I don't give a fuck about your mental. He's a threat. I don't give a shit. Who fucking cares? Those who move against me will be singled out by the Creator for more punishment. Well, go ahead. You know, it's like you have a squirt gun and I have a fucking AK-47. You're like, I'm going to squirt you. Who fucking cares? We all die. You know, and eternity is on my side. You shit-worshipping pussies. Anyway. So when we look at this, you know, the language, psychology, and drugs argument. I've told you enough of every one of these arguments. It's implicit in the titles, right? What do I mean? Psychology, language, and drugs. Your language is designed to reinforce social norms. You have like 10 meanings for some words and shit. What the fuck is up with that? Why can't you have one very clear-cut, divine meaning for a word? Your very language shows that you are incompetent and incapable of doing the right thing if you enforce social norms relative to the language. Period. It testifies against you. Set cannot help but testifying against himself to the wisest and the best because he's a bitch. Language, psychology, and drugs argument. People are the victims of these things. They can drug me all day and they can't prove me wrong no matter what they do. I have emerged definitively. My top martial arts was the last legitimate martial arts challenge. It is done. It could be the poorest person on the planet could say, you're wrong, I'm the top martial arts now. It would mean fucking nothing. Timing is a part of martial arts. Time is on my side because eternally and for eternity, I am in the right with the upper hand. Okay? I don't give a fuck if the entire world turned against me. You know, the entire world is less than God, and I am God's son. They are less than me together. Together, they cannot contradict me. That goes back to senses, because this being it's like a bunch of ants, a bunch of slugs saying, all the slugs in the world got together. They're kind of, we are the way together. That's what's going on here. It's the slug effect. It's the snail effect. You are not the way together. I am the fucking way. For fuck's sake. And it goes back to the animal to Pharaoh, right? Humans evolved naturally from animals to form various cultures, and they eventually clashed, and Horus was proven to be the archetype of Pharaoh, not just to the pagans, not just to the scientists, not just to the logical minds, but definitively to anybody who lives in reality. This is the true representative of God, the martial arts order. When to die. I mean, other people, you think some non-martial artist is capable of being God's representative? It's stupid to think that could be. Anyway, so the idea of evil transforming to Pharaoh without a true Pharaoh, it's impossible. And this also goes back to the despicable life is too hard effect. For who? For animals? Sacrificing your own is too hard. For the right reasons, is too hard. Serving God is too hard. Then you're an animal. There's no two ways about it. If you decide that submitting yourself to God's Son is too hard, you are an animal. That's where it ends.